Before I begin this video that I'm about to make, what I'm going to say is you're going to have to bear with me while I'm filming this, because I'm not going to edit myself when I'm talking or anything like that. I might do a few cuts and cut certain bits into certain sections, but that's it. But this is probably the hardest video I've ever made in my entire life, one of the hardest things I've ever done in my entire life. This video is going to be explaining my mental health from start to finish, explaining the journey, my whole journey and where I am today and what's going on. This has affected my YouTube channel massively, my health massively, and the way I am as a person massively. So without further ado, let's begin. Also, I really hope that this video helps everyone else who's going through mental health struggles today, or has some kind of story they want to talk about with me, or even in public, whatever you want to do, because I think it's important to get your mental health out there as much as possible. Like, it's taken me this long to do it, and I feel like I've made it a lot worse for myself, to be quite honest with you. So this video is for everyone who feels like they haven't got a voice, but I'm going to show you today that you have got a voice, and it's okay to not be okay. So anyway, let's get on with the journey, if you like. So my mental health actually started declining, funnily enough, when I actually started my YouTube channel. I'm going to explain why. Because I started making YouTube videos when I was about year 7, year 8. So if you're in like another country, that's about 12, 13 years old. So I was quite young. I started uploading videos and doing really stupid stuff. I was a kid. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just uploading random crap. But then when I uploaded my videos, other people saw it on Facebook, or what was it, BBM, BlackBerry Messenger, when I shared them and stuff like that. I used to get bullied for it. A lot of people used to take the mick and piss out of my channel. And that knocked my self-confidence from all the way up here, just slower and slower and slower and slower and slower, until the stage where I didn't want to come to school. I always felt sick coming into school. I always felt crap about myself. I always felt like no one really took me seriously as a person, because he thought I was a big joke that just made these silly videos and took the piss out of me. And I just found it really hard ever since then to get through school properly. I was always in a bad mood at school. I struggled academically because of it. I had so much more potential at school. I know I did, because in uni it's completely different academically. But all seriousness, my potential and my confidence was wasted because my mental health deteriorated because of other people putting me down. And and ever since then, it's sort of from that I can't describe it, but from this happening, it's led to many other problems, which obviously I'm going to explain. But this is the thing. This should teach people a lesson. You should never, ever, ever let bully other people because of something they enjoy doing. I know I was in school and people were young, but me making my YouTube channel was something I really enjoyed, and I feel like the people at school who took the mick out of that really, really have impacted my life massively, still to this day, and I'm deadly serious on that. So after secondary school finished, high school finished, whatever you want to call it, I didn't have very good GCSE results. I remember even making a YouTube video about it, funnily enough, and I went to college. But I had no motivation in the first year of college. I didn't care. I just didn't really want to be there. I put the bare minimum effort in, and that was the result of me just feeling like the world was against me. I didn't feel like I could do anything. I felt useless. I was just at college just for the sake of being at college, because you kind of had to do it and all that crap. I didn't try very hard. I barely passed the course. I passed it, but obviously could have done so much better, because at the time I just didn't know what I was doing with myself. My head was just in a really, really bad way. Then it came to the second and third year of college, because I did like a 3-year course thing. And it got to the stage where it became so much, I had to, well, go to the doctors. because I thought, you know what, this is becoming an issue. I'm not sleeping properly, I'm not eating properly, I'm feeling ill all the time, and that really messed me up. Because in the first year of college, it got to the stage, I'll tell you as well, I was ill for nearly a year. I had stomach ulcers in my stomach, constant pain, I was sick constantly, I was very unwell. Because my mental health and my physical health, obviously they're both linked. If you're mentally feeling crap, your physical health will take a toll, and that's a fact. That's exactly what happened to me. I was going to the hospital constantly with stomach pains. I went to A&E at one stage. It got that bad because I felt sick constantly. I didn't know what to do. I was very unwell. But then eventually I went to the doctors and I was diagnosed with anxiety at the start, and I was put on some kind of medication for that. But however, the medication wasn't working, and I went back. Then after further appointments and stuff, I was then diagnosed with depression, and I was put on the strongest possible medication that you can be on. And obviously, with that, there's a lot of risks, but they're also supposed to do the most. They're meant to have the biggest amount of impact, basically. I can't remember what the medication was called because I've not been on that for about 3 or 4 years and rubbish at tablet names and stuff like that. But I was on medication, and the medication didn't make me better. It made me even worse. About 2-3 years ago, I tried to commit suicide 2 or 3 times. Can't remember how many, but about 2 or 3 times. It's hard for me to admit that on camera. I basically admit to the world right now that I've tried to commit suicide. This is what I mean about how one thing can lead to another in terms of mental health. Like, one event in your life, whatever how big or small it is, can destroy someone, and it's destroyed me. It's destroyed me mentally and physically. As you can see, I nearly came to the end of my tether. Luckily, I didn't go through with it, but I was very close. I tried to take overdoses, and at one stage I think I sat down at the edge of a bridge, thought about jumping for about 3 hours on my own in the dark. That's how bad it got. It's been a tough one. So we've got to that point where I've got depression. I actually recovered from depression during that period, but then I developed another condition just before I finished college. I went back to the doctors again, but this is the part that no one knows about. I've kept this to myself, literally to myself. No one knows about this until today. Went to the doctors because I've been having a lot of issues. I still have issues to this day with it, by the way, so this is not cured at all. This is the biggest part of the video. I get a lot of flashbacks in my head. I overthink things constantly. I'm having lots of like breakdowns and like feeling crap all the time, and like I see things that have already happened to me, or like I start like assuming the worst in everything, if that makes any sense. It's hard to describe, and I still don't understand the condition to this day. But went back to the doctors, spoke to them again, then a few other things and all that malarkey. Came to conclusion, I've got PTSD. I've never said this to anyone in person, none of my friends, family, but I have PTSD. I'm diagnosed with PTSD. It's mentally and physically ruined my life to this day. I struggle with it massively. I struggle to handle certain situations because of the PTSD. I often don't sleep at night. I often just spend days in bed. I often have no motivation to do anything. I often just feel crap all the time. I get stomach pains. I have flashbacks constantly. You name it. You name it. I've had it. I feel sick, ill. I feel sick, drained. I just feel nothing anymore. I just feel like doing nothing half the time. It's a bit better now, but at the time it was really bad, and I still do suffer with it, as I mentioned before, which has been a struggle. But obviously I'll mention that in the next. I'll explain more about the future in a second and what's been going on recently. But yeah, that's how bad it got, and it is to this day. Now let's move on to the university side of things. So I started uni, nearly 2 years ago now. It's been a trip. First year of uni, at the start, you know what? My mental health was getting there. I still had the PTSD and a bit of the depression going. But you know what? Came into uni, positive mindset at the start. I was going out, having fun, engaged with my course a lot at the start. I was really happy. I was really, really happy at the start of uni. Really, really happy. But then a major event happened just before Christmas time, I think it was. My mum and dad divorced. Like, they went both their separate ways, if you like. I'm not going to explain the reasons and stuff, because obviously it's, well, my business and the family's business. I don't want to bring my family business into the video. But put it this way, this put me back into the downward spiral big time, because I didn't know what to do with it. Because there was a situation, the situation with the divorce is that at the time my mum and dad were ringing me, obviously. So my dad would ring me about something, my mum would ring me about something, and they'd be basically telling me about how much they hate each other. I had to handle that nearly every single day on the phone. Imagine that, when you're trying to have a nice time at uni and you get that constantly. It really messed my head up, because I didn't know what to do, what was going on. Whether I even considered completely ditching my whole family altogether at one stage, because I just didn't know how to handle it. It was horrible. And then obviously we had the lockdown in March, which led to just loneliness, not being able to talk to anyone very much, because everyone had gone home and I was still stuck in London because of the divorce, basically, because it led to me not wanting to go back, which made it really difficult. Then second year of uni began, which is obviously what I'm in now, coming towards the end of it. I'll be finished by the end of next week or whatever. It's been awful. It's been absolutely awful overall. Don't get me wrong, I have my good moments with friends and stuff like that. I'm not saying that, but it's been hard. We've been in lockdown the whole time, and with the condition that I have, the PTSD, I just used to sit there in bed, think about random scenarios in my head because of what I had. And I still do it right now, where I think of a scenario in my head. Oh, does this person hate me? Oh, what did I do wrong? Oh no, I'm really worried about this. What's going to happen tomorrow? Oh no. Panic all the time. And I know I shouldn't, but I can't help it. I try my absolute hardest not to overthink things and see things in the worst way possible. I'm more optimistic now, a lot more optimistic. In fact, I'll get on to why in a second, and I'm a lot more thoughtful and stuff. But I see things in the worst way possible. Like, if someone doesn't reply to a message to me on Facebook, for example, sometimes I get really upset about it. Like, I feel like the person doesn't want to talk to me anymore. I know that's probably not the case 95% of the time. They're just bloody busy or something. But it makes me just think that person hates me, and I feel like crap for like a week or two. It can last it's so bad. It's really, really bad. I say it's got worse recently, actually, now coming to think about it. And it's a really, really, really big struggle. I don't know how to handle it. I am struggling massively, but you know what? I am proud to admit it. It's taken me a while to admit it though, but I'm proud to admit that there's something wrong. And I know and almost this video will teach people it's okay to be okay not to be okay, like I just mentioned. But luckily, I started a job this year, which is like an after school club thing that my cousin owns, working with kids. That's helped me massively mentally, because it's given me a sense of responsibility and a sense of direction. I enjoy it more than my actual uni course, but working with kids has changed my life massively. I've said this to people before, and I'll keep saying it till the day I die. I genuinely will. It's just such a rewarding job, because when you're working with children, you can help them. Because like almost I feel like because what I've been through mentally, I can help a kid with any problems with like bullying and stuff like that, because I'm in that position where I'm like their role model, if you like. I'm their teacher during that period of time that I'm there. So I can teach them things, I can support them, I can help them. I'm so glad I've got that. But obviously I've still got my own mental problems, but the job is really helping. I've got work tomorrow. I can't wait. I love it. I really love it. But the pay's not going to go away anytime soon. I know that for a fact. There's going to be massive delays in uploads. I might even have to get someone to take over my channel. I'm in talks with them at the moment to do that, so they can make videos for me while I get myself sorted. It's not going to be easy, but I'm determined to get myself better and on the right track. And I'm hoping there's no more bloody lockdown, because that won't help at all. But I hope you guys can respect and understand what this video is about and how hard it was for me to make. And I hope you can share this with your friends and anyone that you see. Just anyone. I want people to really just be more vocal about their mental health, and just, even if they're just upset about something, tell someone. It's so much better to get it out there. This video has made me feel a bit better actually, than just to hide it all away. Keep it to yourself, because if you keep it to yourself, it hurts. It hurts. It's like stabbing yourself in the heart constantly, like non-stop. It's never-ending pain. So I hope that people can get a lot from this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.